Walt Disney cartoons are many moviegoers' earliest cinematic experiences, but they're also the source of some of our darkest childhood fears. Even as kids delight in the adventures of Dumbo, Pinocchio, and Simba, these movies also introduce them to frightening concepts like the death of a parent or dealing with nightmares. It's only natural for parents to want to protect their kids from scary things, but there's evidence that being terrified by these dark Disney moments is actually good for children. Sociologist and author of Scream, Chilling Adventures in the Science of Fear, Margie Kerr, tells Yahoo Entertainment that films like Dumbo and The Lion King provide a valuable way for families to process their fears together.
Our research really has shown that choosing to do scary things can be a good way to learn about yourself and to challenge fears and to build a sense of resilience. It's a good way to introduce scary topics.
With Disney remaking many of their animated favorites as live-action blockbusters, some of these scares are returning to the big screen in new ways. We've gone through the Disney Vault and picked out the 8 scariest moments in Mouse House history. Number 1. The donkey transformation in Pinocchio. Before he becomes a real boy, Geppetto's stringless puppet child makes a brief but horrifying detour into the animal kingdom. Pinocchio and his pals' peals of laughter become bleats of terror when the Pleasure Island curse transforms them into donkeys. Number 2. The Night on Bald Mountain sequence in Fantasia. Think Fantasia is all walking broomsticks and dancing hippos? Think again. The final segment of the symphonic anthology film is a nightmarish visualization of the 19th century composition, Night on Bald Mountain. On the eve of the witch's Sabbath, a mountaintop demon unfurls his massive wings and casts a spell over the small village below that raises the dead and brings all kinds of demons out to play. Number 3. Pink elephants on parade in Dumbo. If you want to expose your child to the dangers of drinking, cue up this infamous scene from Dumbo. After accidentally drinking too much champagne, Dumbo sees pachyderms of all shapes, sizes, and colors marching through his mind. Besides scaring children away from alcohol, Kerr says that scenes like this have other beneficial qualities.
The magical kind of hallucinatory images can be really good for motivating creative thinking and imagination, but it's important that the parent is there to kind of bring them back down.
Number 4. The death of Bambi's mother in Bambi. It is the most notorious moment in Disney history. Bambi's beloved mother is brought down by a hunter's bullet. The scene notably lacks any blood or even a dead body. Instead, it's her sudden absence that's so frightening. For many children, Bambi is an early illustration of how death is a part of life. Number 5. The Walrus and the Carpenter in Alice in Wonderland. There are many unsettling sights in Disney's recreation of Lewis Carroll's surreal Wonderland, but few are as shocking as the moment when a jovial walrus and his carpenter pal lead a group of adorable oyster children to their sudden demise. The fear on the oysters' faces when they realize that they are on the menu will put you off seafood for life. Number 6. Heffalumps and Woozles in The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Now, if pink elephants don't scare you, Winnie the Pooh's disturbing menagerie of heffalumps and woozles sure will. Just listen for the way the cheery music turns chilling as Pooh's nightmare goes on and on and on. Number 7. The death of Mufasa in The Lion King. While Bambi never sees his mom again, Simba curls up next to his father, Mufasa, after the Lion King plunges to his death. So, is seeing a dead body scarier for kids than not seeing a dead body? Kerr says the answer depends on your age.
For a young child, not seeing the actual death scene might be, better because it doesn't bring into focus some ideas about like brutality in the body and all of that kind of stuff. So just the idea of somebody not being here anymore is different than here's a person that an animal that I'm actually witnessing kind of die. But both can serve as opportunities to have, a conversation with your kids about, what it all means.
Number 8, Frollo's Hellfire song in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The lyrics of Hunchback villain Judge Frollo's song are disturbing enough, a supposedly righteous man confessing to lustful thoughts. But the imagery is what tips this scene into horror, as a gallery of faceless figures wearing blood-red hoods look on, judging Frollo as a sinner, ripe for a one-way trip to hell. Don't let these freaky moments frighten you away from Disney cartoons. Remember, whatever scares you makes you stronger.